Hi, I'm John Etheridge. I'm actually known as the cycling artist, and I'm a professional artist. I'm an SAA professional associate, as many other things, but I won't go on about that. What I want to talk about today is I've got into doing chalk painted furniture with my original artwork on. Some of them I actually scan my artwork and I then produce my own bespoke fabrics from my artwork, and I also reupholster with that fabric and turn out some really lovely upcycled chairs. Many of them are vintage. I've got a Lloyd Loom one that I'm about to do, but I've been that successful with it and they look that nice and really are unique that Sarah Jayne chalk paints have actually sponsored me and given me some very nice samples with which to have a go at some furniture, and some nice brushes and some clear wax. And I just wanted to show you what I've got and just show you a few things, and at some point I'll add a video to this and I will show you where I've gone with the stuff that I'm going to show you now. What I'm going to do just now is, you'll see my studio's a bit of a mess at the moment, very crammed up with furniture and things like that, but this is one that I did fairly recently. It's a rocking chair. It's not quite finished, but that's an original coloured pencil picture on there, and on the top is another original coloured pencil and another original coloured pencil with a bee and a ladybird on. Yeah, I mean, I like it, and the paint I've used is Sarah Jayne cricket pitch. Cricket pitch is the colour. I was just about to say evergreen, but that's not correct. It's cricket pitch. The reason I nearly said evergreen is because Sarah Jayne chalk paints were actually, until very recently, formerly known as Everlong paints. And the Everlong paints are, I'll just take you round, used to look like that. Now we're called Sarah Jayne. They look like that. And the reason they've had a name change is because in some countries where they're now starting to get big, the name Everlong was a little bit hard for some of them to say, so they've changed it to Sarah Jayne, which is named after the owner of the company, and I think it sounds lovely, and I think the tins in themselves look lovely as well. Anyway, this is one that I'm doing at the moment. I'm painting the tops a Wedgwood colour, and the actual chair itself I'm painting cream. I'm actually doing 4 of these, and then on the top here I'm refabricating the cushion seat and putting one of my designs onto that, and that's a blue design of a young girl. In fact, I can show you the picture I'm doing from my card stack here. It's that picture, and I'm doing the fabric. She's going to be a central point on the cushions, and I'm reupholstering that. But before I do that, I have to use the Sarah Jayne chalk paint, and as you can see, it's a lovely sort of pastel type of shade. I've actually given this a few coats, not too many. All depends on how dark the furniture is to begin with some of the colours. But I gave this a few coats because the cream is fairly light and I wanted it covered. You can distress these. That's not what I tend to do at the moment. I'm going to sort of not work up to it, but this is just the effect I want at the moment. Anyway, on there will be a blue cushion, and at some point I'll do another video and I'll show you the chairs complete. So it's before them chairs, and there'll also be a table. I've done the tabletop here. This is the it's not the best light in here at the moment because I'm here in the evening, but that's the tabletop. with the Sarah Jayne chalk paint stuff sitting on it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to turn me off. I'm sure you'd rather look at the products than me. Anyway, that's the tabletop, and over here behind me is the table base, and I've done the table base, and as you can see in the side of the video there's another part of the table. I've done the table base in French cream, and the actual feet themselves are in the Wedgwood blue. I think it's going to look really, really nice when it's done. It's kind of a fairly new venture for me, but I'm getting some really good feedback on it, and the chalk paints are absolutely fantastic. Best thing I ever did was find Sarah Jayne chalk paints. The good thing about Sarah Jayne chalk paints is most of the time there are reasons, and I'll come to that in other videos, that you may have to prime and prepare and all that sort of thing, but they're all complications that I don't need to put in the way at the moment. But most of the time, if you've got a clean piece of furniture, you can just paint straight on top of anything. Like I say, there are exceptions, but with that base there, I've painted straight on top of that, and I've done, I think I probably ended up doing about 3 thin coats in the end, and I've covered the pine effect that was on the table. And then in that particular instance I've used a varnish that it was a heavy duty wood varnish. It was just the effect I wanted this particular time. Sarah Jayne have actually sent me over some clear waxes. This one's a Decorative Dark Wax. I've yet to open the tin. When I do, I'll show you what that's like. No, in fact I'll do that now. So if you just give me a second, I'll open the tin for you and you can have a look. I'll be as quick as I can. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's luscious. Look at that. Look at that. This is a Decorative Dark Wax. I'm just going to stick my knife in there. Oh, look, it comes off. Oh, I suppose that's got a kind of a beeswaxy texture. Oh, I'm quite excited about using that. Oh, wow. I've just got to find the right furniture to use it on. I also have an enhancing clear wax. Now I can already tell that this tin, and this tin is 400 grams, I'm pretty sure, based on the fact that I've been using the varnishes, which I think were about 1 litre, that this wax is going to last me a blooming long time. Now that's brilliant. Now Sarah Jayne have sent me over some colours. Here I've got a double cream. I won't open the top because otherwise it'll just take too long in the video. But you can see the colour. Oh, hang on, this top's quite loose. I'll see if there's any seal on it. No, there's not a seal on it, so that's good. There's the cream, the double cream. What a fantastic colour that is. I haven't used that colour myself as yet. I've been very limited on my colours until now. Thanks to Sarah Jayne chalk paints, I now have a few colours to play with, and I'm super excited about that. There's a pink. This one's called Duchess. And look at that. That's a lovely, lovely pink. Quite a darkish pink, but you could always mix that, I expect, with a bit of vintage white if you wanted a little bit lighter. This one's Earl Grey. Right, these are basically sample pots. Now, I need my glasses for this. I'll just slip them on. It's a 100ml pot. Now, I would say, from the experience I've had, that would be very sufficient to do 1 chair, at least. I would say it would quite easily have done this whole tabletop. Maybe 2 tabletops. It's hard to tell, but based on the experience I've had, I'd say it would go quite a long way, because it does tend to do that. This one's called Sophia. It's a quite lighter pink, so it's kind of a sort of reddy browny pink, I'd say. There is a colour I can call it, but I can't remember what it was in my pencil tin. This one's called Vintage. That's that. Have I got a vintage line around here? No, I haven't. The table itself, I've done that in French cream. I've then varnished that over the top. Looking at the waxes, I'd have been quite excited about using the clear wax, I think, on that. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Anyway, they also sent me some brushes. You do need good brushes. I've tried to use a gesso brush that I had, and I couldn't put it on as well. This particular brush, or the heads of these brushes, they are not stiff. They're definitely soft, but they've got a bit of guts about them, and they're not going to go flimsy on you, and they're not going to lose hair. Well, I think I've lost one hair in all the time I've been doing this, and I've been using a 1-inch brush up until now, up until Sarah Jayne Chalk Paints kindly gave me these lovely brushes, and I'm mega excited. Anyway, that's a 1-inch and that's a 2-inch. And they've also sent me these. Now, I really am excited about these. I've never used these before. These are some round brushes. Now, the large one in particular, I am really excited about using that. And look at them. They're as much as a brush can be, they're a thing of beauty. They've got a lovely wooden handle. They've got a nice metal, I don't know what you call that bit, but it's for holding the bristles. And that's a solid, real quality brush. Now I'm going to be painting some Lloyd Loom chairs made of wicker, and I think that brush in particular is going to be superb for what I've done based on the experience I've had so far. So there's a few of the products from Sarah Jayne Chalk Paints. When I get to using them ones, I will do another video. I'll just show you what I'm going to do, and a few of them different problems that might come with this I'm going to talk about as well at the time. Now, this is, I don't know what sort of chair you'd call this, but I expect it would go in a bedroom. Lovely. I'm not sure if it's Lloyd Loom. I know the other one I have is Lloyd Loom, but that's the wicker chair. I'm, again, very excited. And underneath is a bit of storage. I don't know how old this chair is, but I'm thinking probably 50s at least. And I'm going to refabric that with a picture. That's the picture I'm going to put on the seat base. And then I'm going to probably use either the Sophia or the Duchess. And for the frame, I may mix in some vintage white, very pastely light colours, just to keep in with the keeping of the picture. There's a braid round it as well, so I'll probably do that in a white as well. But I mean, you can see these colours. I mean, they've got this beautiful quality, pastely looking effect to them, and you don't have to put masses and masses of paint on, although you do have to put a couple of layers on, thin layers mixed with a bit of water on when it starts to thicken up. And yeah, what I will do now is I will sign off now, because I'm just starting to waffle on just slightly. Just show you the things I've got, and then we'll come back with another video very soon, and I'll show you how I start the product, how I show you the upholstery, and then I'll also show you how I use the Sarah Jayne Chalk Paints to beautify the chair up and actually turn it into something really worth having. Anyway, bye for now. See you later.